Now, in case you don't know the popular song by Les Wanyika, what's that song called?
Sina makosa
Hey,
fande
wataka
niwira.
Exactly.
But that's the Sauti Soul version.
That's the Sauti Soul version.
Yeah.
However, the original version, which is still Sina Makosa, was done by a band by the name of Les Wanyika, and they are coming out and saying that they weren't rewarded for their song, for people sampling their song. And it's not just Sauti Soul who've happened to sample their music, it's a bunch of other people who have done the same thing, but unfortunately they have not been compensated in any form, monetarily, or even by getting credit, or even like a heads up that, by the way, we're going to be sampling your song, so this is what's gonna happen. You guys can come through and support us or whatever. None of that. And so this is bringing a lot of bad blood between everyone and Sauti Soul, because the assumption would be that such a big band, a band that is doing such amazing music, would have the right to, I don't know, would have the right mind to go and speak to the people who own this music before they then end up using it themselves, because they've been taken advantage of before, and you wouldn't want someone else to feel like they've been taken advantage of simply because you're a big act and you have done a good job with the song either way. So they're going through a lot of heat right now, and it's really just not looking good for Sauti Soul. What do you think about this whole fiasco?
I think all they wanted was credit. You know, if you're going to use my art, if you're going to use my work, the least you could do is just credit me. You know, just say, it's
give credit.
Exactly.
Even footnotes. You're like, and the song was sampled from, or original song beats and whatever were by Les Wanyika. So I completely agree with what you're saying. However, it's also something that is a concern when you think about it, because they did this song a long time ago. And if they haven't had any single credit or any monetary reward for this, royalties or whatever, you can imagine how many people have sampled this song entirely in the world. Like, this song is almost internationally known. Correct me. It is internationally known, and people have heard it in different versions. We've sung it when we go to these, Costarian places, whenever people are being invited for like events, watu wakisafiri, tourists being invited into hotels, they listen to the kind of the same music and the same band. So it's very disconcerting and very disheartening to hear that they have not been rewarded for all of these things. It's quite heartbreaking.
It's more of a management issue.
Yeah.
If they had better management, maybe somebody would have discovered, our work is being used out here. We could, take these people to court and do something about it. But now, you're an old group. Yeah, you were legends in your day. Well and good, you did good. But you went silent for decades. And then all of a sudden, you're doing a presser, calling out musicians who've sampled your work, when you have been absent from the scene for ages. He even had to confirm that all the original members are in the band, plus new people. So that's just how dormant you have been in the music industry. So I feel maybe if you had been consistent in your work, it's just you release a hit, you play at a few clubs, and then you go missing. And then when people use your work, it's your work, but you put it out there, and people were inspired by it, and they used it. So yes, Sauti Soul. But at the same time, Sauti Soul being the name you are,
exactly,
you should have at least even said thank you.
You
Even when you're marrying a girl, after you've been with her for some time, you go back to her people and say, I took your product, and here I am, and I am saying thank you. Thank you for raising her. So I just feel like Sauti Soul could have gone back and simply said, thank you for putting this out there. We were so inspired, so much so, we used it and it was a hit, and here is something small,
Yeah.
I think that's just what the elders wanted, because at this point, they are the elders. It's just what the elders wanted, just a bit of appreciation, and even that they did not get. But we are hoping that pretty soon we're going to see that. Yeah.
Hopefully it works out. But in other news, what else is going on?